going to talk a little bit more about the fantasy behind our heroes and kick off some of these closer looks. We're going to start with Stitches, and Stitches is one of the oldest heroes we have in Heroes. We started off with him a long time ago because there's so many cool little factors. He's got asymmetry all over the place. His limbs aren't even the same length on either side. Lots of animation possibilities, lots of effect possibilities. And here's a look at the iterations we did getting him into the game. So the Undead Abomination originally showed up in Warcraft 3, and it had a ton of personality. It was very iconic, and it naturally made the transition into WoW, which is where Stitches comes from. He stalks Darkshire. He was a really cool quest objective, and we thought he's a perfect candidate to get put into Heroes. This was the first version of the model that we saw 2 years ago, and as we've continued development, we have upgraded almost all the art that you saw back then. This is what he looks like now. We've put a lot of energy and effort into making much better animations, much better effects, and overall improving every hero you're going to see.
So Stitches is a warrior, and in Heroes of the Storm, he has abilities that let him pull enemies into his team. And he has abilities that make him very difficult to kill, but he's also great at setting up his team. So we're looking at a screenshot here of Stitches hiding behind some trees, and Arthas is unaware that Stitches is there. So Stitches can use his signature ability Hook to pull Arthas in and to start a fight. So here we have Stitches landing the hook and pulling Arthas in. And Arthas and Stitches are going to brawl for a little while. And Stitches has an ability called Devour, which he can use to do a lot of damage and heal himself. After he lands that ability, Arthas has to run away, but Stitches is able to secure the kill with his Slam ability. In Heroes of the Storm, we let players choose which heroic ability they're going to bring into combat, but also how to augment their basic abilities. One of Stitches' heroic abilities is Putrid Bile, and this basically spreads goop all around the battleground as Stitches moves around, does a lot of damage and slows heroes. So we're going to take a look at what that looks like in action. We have a little 2-on-2 skirmish with Gazlo and Vala against a Stitches and a Falstad. Stitches lands his hook, pulling them in, and normally these heroes could run away from Stitches, but as soon as he starts using his Putrid Bile and moves around, they have to stay and fight, and the Stitches and the Falstad are easily able to clear up this fight. As I mentioned previously, you can augment your basic abilities as well. So, Stitches' core ability is Hook, which lets him pull enemy targets from a long distance across the battleground into his team. And he can augment that ability to what we're calling a fishing hook, which significantly increases the range of that hook. So we'll see what that difference is. So the blue Stitches has now upgraded that hook ability, and we can see just how much further that goes. So you can basically choose these different talents and customize your playstyle. And now players from both forces now have to change up how they play to counter against this new ability.